Hey, what's going on? This is Becker, and in this video I really want to get into understanding penalties and anchor text ratios and their relationship to each other, because this is where most penalties come from, and then you got to understand the other penalties and so forth. Now, the video that we're using for this is grabbed from a past course of mine, because if I made this video again, I would be saying the same exact thing, just with a different frame border. And this video is really, really good, and I think I was just spot on when I filmed it. With that being said, of course, we're not planning on pulling just tons of videos from past courses and using them as content for Source University, but this one really gets the job done, so I want to lay this out for you, and so you can get the best possible video that I've ever made on the subject. So, enjoy. Hello, this is Becca, and welcome to another video in Source Phoenix! Alright, that's about the only time I will sing to you in this course, but I'm excited because we get to start talking about more advanced stuff, which I enjoy teaching a bit more. Not that there's anything wrong with being a beginner. But video 7 is about understanding penalties versus optimizing your site and your anchor text. And we're going to be getting a little bit more advanced here. I'm going to be showing you what site penalties look like. If you're just getting started, or even if you're intermediate, you probably know about these penalties. You fear these penalties, and they stop you from taking action, when in reality they're not that hard to avoid. Some of my sites are just atrociously designed. The linking is atrocious. Everything about it is atrocious, and they still rank. So if you get 60% of what I'm about to show you here right, you're going to be just fine. I'm going to be showing you the two main penalties, and I'm going to show you the relationship between anchor text and site optimization, and basically allow you to go out there and avoid these penalties. So let's just get into it. Now, if you don't know, penalties are when Google grabs your site and lowers its rankings a few pages. That's one way. You might see your site showing up number 5, and it's maybe back on the second page, and it stays there for a while. Sometimes it will go back to page 2 and then bounce back up. That's called a Google dance. Actually, I've never really had sites dance and then come back. It hasn't really ever gone in my favor, but that might happen. But you might see Google lower your pages rank a few pages. That's usually what a panda penalty looks like. If it goes and lowers your rank a lot of pages, it's likely that it's a penguin penalty, or if it's just not in the top 100 pages period, you messed up, bro. Okay? And also, if Google goes and de-indexes a site, aka when you search for the domain, it doesn't show up, then you're in bad juju. All in all, if your site is optimized for your keywords and you're not showing up in the top 100 searches, you're doing something really wrong. You're doing something really wrong. It's likely your site is eating a penalty. Now, to add that, I have not had a site penalized this entire year, and frankly, I'm really sloppy with my affiliate sites. I should have sites penalized. This SourceStretch site, if it's ranking at the time when this video is made, I don't know if it'll be ranking when you watch this. It's a testament to horribleness. My rhinoplasty site, a few other affiliate sites I've shown off over the years, and other affiliate sites I have now, I can't share them like I used to because people attack them because they're dickleberries. But they're still ranking, and I mean, I'm really sloppy with these sites. I'm pretty surgical with my clients' websites, but affiliate sites I don't care about too much. And they're still ranking, so these penalties are not too hard to avoid. If you can just take what I have in this video, you're going to be fine, because this is my understanding of it, and this is what works really great for me. Am I the ultimate expert on penalties and avoiding them? No, but this is what has worked for me. It's worked for almost a year and a half on some sites that are just horrible, so this should work for you really well. So the two main penalties you have to look out for are penguin and panda. There have been a few other updates, but they're just not as drastic. And when you get hit, you're going to get really hit by one of these three. All right, so the panda penalty is duplicate content and crap content. Now, what is duplicate content? That's when you have the same exact content as 300 other sites. The reason why Google doesn't want you showing up highly is not so much that they're going to penalize you, but if your site has a lot of pages with duplicate content, you're going to get a domain penalization, which means that Google's basically just not going to take your site very seriously in the search engine rankings. They're not going to send you back to Kingdom Come. You might still rank for a few keywords, but Google's just not going to really put you up there, because probably a lot of your content is on a site that's already on the first page. Google does not want, what happened before the panda was around, is Google would have sites showing up on the first page, and 5 of the 10 pages would have the same exact content that has been distributed between 10 different sites. So Google really doesn't want that. It only wants one site with one set of content rankings. So that's why it goes up there. On top of that, Google uses this to kind of label crap content. Now, what is crap content? It's pretty easy to avoid this with smaller sites. But for example, if you have like collegehumor.com or Forbes, or pick any big authority site, they have thousands and thousands of interior pages that have no content or that are little to nothing, like old picture pages, pages that have nonsense on it, pages that just have broken code and stuff on it. And a lot of times what you'll see, especially with a lot of local businesses, is they'll actually have the same content on like 15 different pages. They'll have like 15 different contact pages. They'll have dozens of pages with about stuff on it. They'll have the same pages cloned over and over again, or similar headings, similar HTML on every single page of the site, and it looks really bad in Google's eyes because it looks like they made a website and then copy and pasted 52 pages, and that's not what Google wants showing up, so the site's going to eat a panel penalty from that. Now, this is often subtle. You just won't be able to rank. It's not like Google's going to go and set you back to kingdom come. And a lot of times, if you just go and repair this content, repair these problems, your rankings are going to come back from that fairly easily. Now, penguin penalty is a little bit nastier of a beast, and it's kind of sad because penguin is one of my favorite animals. It's not my power animal. That would be a gorilla. But it is one of my favorite animals, so it's a pretty vicious patch, and it really goes through over-optimization. And when you get hit from this, you can go out there and fix certain things, but Google's really slow at saying, hey, okay, you're not a shithead anymore. So it's better not to get on the shit list, and if you get on the shit list, it's better just to make a new site. So anyways, penguin occurs when a site's anchor text in relation to its on-page optimization breaks a certain point, and bam, you get smacked hard. Your on-page optimization can be a little bit too much. Your off-page, your backlinks can be a little bit too much, and the site will just explode. You'll get sent back 8, 10, 30 pages, and it's pretty much good game, sir, at that point. I usually don't try and recover penguin penalized sites. You can. We'll show you how to use 301 redirects and a few ways to fix this later on. But I usually find I can make a new site and rank it a lot faster, a lot cheaper, everything like that. And then there's bad link penalties. And what Google will do sometimes is identify where your links are coming from. They might be coming from link farms, or they follow too much of a pattern. For example, recently, a lot of people got slapped for buying from PBN networks. And what Google did right there is kind of manually went through those networks, and any sites that are on those networks just got wiped out. And Google looked at those links, said, these are bad links. These guys are obviously gaming the search engines, knocked them all out. That's an example of a bad link penalty. On top of that, back in the day, people used to just go and get their sites submitted to 1 billion different directories, or have 1 billion different comment links, or have 1 billion different article links. And Google would say, oh, wow, this site has 80% article links out of 5,000 links. That makes no sense. Bam, penalty. So we don't want to go for that either. And don't worry too much about the bad link penalty. The way to avoid all these, Panda, just follow this course and don't use duplicate content. Penguin, I'll show you how to avoid that coming up. And bad links, just follow this course and you're pretty much good. Okay? So what you need to do is understand the relation. And I'm going to go through a bunch of scenarios that will trigger the penguin, and more specifically an over-optimization penalty. And this also is why I don't like EMD sites. What an EMD site is if your keyword is Austin house flooding, your domain is austinhouseflooding.com. These used to rank a lot faster back in the day. They still do rank fast, but they're very dangerous. They're very easy to get penalized. So, what on-page over-optimization will look like is you just have one keyword and it's simply in the site too many times. For example, if we have the site right here, it's austinhouseflooding.com, and then you have another page on your site, house flooding, you have the word house flooding 2 times in your URL. This alone won't get you penalized, but once you start kicking links in, you can get yourself penalized real quick. Especially when Google tightens their algorithms or loosens their algorithms, it's usually stuff like this that will get caught up. So what you can do to fix that really quickly is you can have austinhouseflooding.com/service. Okay, so because your keyword's already here, you got Austin house flooding service, and you don't need to have your keyword in there 2 times. So that's a way to kind of reverse that over optimization right there. Now you can see what we can have. Again, what a lot of people do is they'll put Austin house flooding service, description Austin house flooding service, and what they'll do on a lot of sites that I'm sure you've seen is they'll have that on every single page, and they'll have the text, and then they'll have the rest of the text in the description as well. You don't want to have your keyword in your description and in your title and in your second URL. For example, if we kept this URL the same, like right here, and we have it in our title and our description, man, the second we build any optimized anchor text, we're going to load up a penalty. Now, this won't alone get you penalized, but here's what will. Okay, it really comes in when you start building links. Say we have this site right here, austinhouseflooding.com, and we change it to service. Okay, we fix that initial error right there, but the title's Austin House Flooding, description Austin's House Flooding, and on the page itself it says Austin House Flooding. If we go out there and build just 10 links Austin house flooding, Austin. And this is the anchor text for those links: house flooding, flooding service, best Austin hose flooding. I'm going to put house flooding right there. It's going to cause a penalty real quick. And if those don't, it's going to come. All right, the penalty is coming if you follow that type of pattern. Now, this right here would work if we changed a few things. We could use this same anchor text profile right here. And what I want to display to you right now is it's a balance between the on-page optimization and the anchor text profile. No one thing is going to get you penalized. If you have a very wide anchor text profile and your site is over-optimized, you probably won't catch a penalty. If you have an under-optimized site and you have a way too aggressive anchor text profile, you probably can avoid a penalty for some time. The best is hitting an in-between, which I'm going to show you here in a moment. But say we change our site to floodinggenies.com and we change our URL page right here to Austin service. The word flooding, Austin, and service are all in there. Plus we have a brand name that doesn't have any goal. My theory behind that is I always like having brand names as the homepage because it is a little bit easier to get away with. Now, what I would do right here in the title, Flooding Genie, Austin Disaster, and Water Damage Repair. See how I didn't say flooding again in the title? I put water damage repair. I'm still saying the same thing, and this is going to help us for rankings with Austin flooding because it's a synonym, like I talked about in the last few videos. Now, the description will be Flooding Genies are the leaders of water damage repair in the Austin, Texas area. You see how I really didn't nail any one keyword too much, but I really nailed the topic. All right, it's very over-optimized for the topic, but for keywords, it's very under-optimized. Then this right here would work. We would probably get away with this. This is not the best way to link to our site, but we would probably get away with this. Now, another blunder what people will do is they'll have their keyword on every page of the site, or they'll try and rank 18 different pages for similar keywords. So, for example, I have austinflooding.com, Austin Flooding Service, austinflooding.com, Austin Flooding Contact, Austin Flooding Repair, etc., etc. This is very common in local sites. Very, 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 very common. Now, every title tag on all of these pages, what a lot of local businesses will do is have the word Austin Flooding in it. Every page also has similar content or similar headers. A lot of local sites, a lot of affiliate sites will have the same pictures on the pages, the same header text, the same template on each page. And what this will trigger right away is Panda and Penguin at the same time. So you're done. All right, this is something that caught a lot of people locally when the last Penguin update came around. So what we could do instead is change the URLs to this: Austin Flooding Service, Austin Flooding Contact, Austin Water Repair, and make sure every page has unique content. Big, 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 simple fix right there. Better yet, what you could do is try and work all these keywords: water repair, water damage, water service, flooding repair, flooding damage, work it all into the same page. We could be austinflooding.com, water damage service, the best Texas water and flooding repair at a cheap price. We can work in keywords based around cheap right there. Description, our Austin, Texas water specialist. We're working on the keyword Austin, Texas water specialist, Austin, Texas flood experts. Remember what I said in the last video where all the words work together. And then we'll get flood experts right here, are the top water damage service. Call us now. Okay, you can see how I worked all those past keywords right here that they're on all these pages right here. Okay, very, 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 very simple. You could even warp the contact page into that page as well. So put all the keywords in one page and then boost one page for multiple keywords. That's what I like to call a broad ranking. If you notice on SourceShred, the online guitar lessons page ranks for everything around online guitar lessons. Electric, beginner, best. That's exactly what I'm showing you right here. Now the next thing we want to look at is anchor text, because this is what will mainly get you nailed. Now, pay attention to the optimization I just presented and get 50% of it right, and you're going to be good. But the next big step is anchor text. Now, how normal anchor text works on a legitimate site that ranks well on Google, it tells a story. So, for example, if my site is an online guitar lesson site, it will have anchors all about guitars and brand text most of all. It won't have online guitar lessons. It won't have best online guitar lessons. Most of it will be like online guitar lessons, guitar training, electric guitars, shredsource.com, http shredsource.com, banjo, learn to play instruments, music classes, my favorite guitar website, Alex Becker's online lesson website, Shred Source online guitar lessons, there will be no pattern to it. It's just all over the place. If you look at any really big websites, the anchor text is all over the place, but it follows a general topic. You're not going to see anchor text in there like kittens for sale or Viagra for sale and stuff. Actually, you might, because people spam sites with that. But you're not going to see stuff like kittens for sale, buy window shades, and stuff like that. You're just not going to see it. You're going to see a very wide range of stuff that tells a story. For example, when I'm picking up a lot of domains, which we'll get into in a sec, I look at news sites because they usually will have stories on them they'll be like the Lincoln story, the man steals car, stuff like that. They'll have a very wide range of anchor text, and it will tell the story that, hey, this used to be a news site. So how anchor text works, most people believe you need to work your main keyword at about 10 to 15%. So if we build 10 links, we need to have one of those links be our main keyword. Not true. This is bad. This is bad. You don't want to fall any percentage. Now, you can see right here, if I were to go out there and build 10 exact match anchor text links, so for example, all 10 are online guitar lessons, that's okay. It's 10 links. It's 10 links. It's perfectly logical that you could go on a forum and you could share a link and it could get shared 10 times. Very, very, very easy. Now, if we built 10,000 links and 1,000 of those links are exactly online guitar lessons, same capitalization, same page it's linking to, that's not okay. That's so obvious. There's no way 1,000 people all got together and made 1,000 exact replica links online. So you can see 10% works right here, 100% works right here, but it doesn't work right here, okay? So it's also 100% related to your on-page optimization. What I showed you were broad optimizations before. If you go out there and your page is over-optimized, like those examples I showed you previously, what's gonna happen is your site's gonna get crushed. It's gonna get absolutely destroyed. So you have to be 100% sure before you do that to make sure your page is broadly optimized like I showed you before. You're gonna run into some penalty trouble even if you're keeping this good. So what I do is I'll go out there and I'll build 100 to 200 links, purely brand and topical anchor text, all based around guitars, has no goal whatsoever. It's just my brand name, my URL, and just topic related anchor text. Then what I'll do is I'll go out there and build 10 to 20 link targeted anchor text, non-repeating. So what I mean by targeted anchor text is the anchor text will be online guitar lessons, best online guitar lessons, beginner, top online guitar lessons, etc., etc. It'll be non-repeating as well. You can see how I changed the anchor text up every single time. Absolutely crushes it. Now let's put this in English and what we're going to be doing. What I'm going to be showing you how to do in the rest of this module is how to go out there and create 50 to 100 non-goal links, non-optimized, broad, topical links. Then we're going to show you how to create 2 to 5 power links from high authority sites. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Then we're going to work it into a ton of niches, and it works in a ton of niches. It worked for me in the guitar niche. It works for me in the sleep apnea niche. It works for me in other niches as well. And it's just so simple. It's just so dang simple. So it's a simple pattern. It can make you an insane return. So just try your best as we go through this. Don't try and make it perfect. And if you get 60% right of what I just covered, you're going to be just fine. So we're going to hop into in the next video is how to go out there and start building our base links and also how to build our power links. It's very simple, very effective, and it's going to make you money if you just follow it and get half of it right. So I'll see you in the next video.